Hey, today on the mic with Mike, we're here with some Wildcat Varsity soccer boys. Senior Austin and Will here. Thank you guys so much for being on. I just want to hear I want to hear about soccer. I want you guys to tell me everything I need to know about the soccer program and why it's so great.
I mean, yeah. First of all, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I mean, This is great. This is a great opportunity for me and obviously Austin here.
Yeah.
Austin, you would like to take it away first?
Yeah, so one of the best things about the soccer program is the whole community sense of it, right? You're a part of the soccer program for 4 years, right? But then you see alumni in the stands. We have an alumni game. People come support our games who have previously played for the program. And you just kind of get that sense of community that has been built through Coach Coleman, Coach Bliss, Coach Schleem, Coach Devaney when he was here, etc.
Yeah. What do you feel like is like the core value of our soccer team?
Honestly, I feel like we're a family, you know?
Yeah.
We can be a family.
Yeah.
We all, some of us have troubles with others. Like, I mean, there's some kids that have troubles.
You two got beef?
Nah, we ain't got beef.
No, we don't got beef.
Not at all. But, we're a family.
Right.
We still play together and we still battle together.
Yeah.
So, we learn how to get through that. And that's how you almost have to go through life. You got to get through that. You got to work with people that you don't know how to work with.
Right. Don't want to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, you got to do that.
Do you feel like that is something so do you feel like that's something that is kind of more built into your senior class? Or do you feel like do you feel like that is something that is more proven to be with this group, or has that kind of been always the case? Or have you had years where you kind of struggle? I mean, you're senior, so you've done this for 4 years, and you know what I mean?
I'd say it's probably always been the case.
Okay.
So in my 4 years of high school, it's always been the case that the seniors, that everyone is pretty close-knit,
Right.
right? I mean, there's been some hiccups here and there, but everyone generally gets along, at least during season, because not that we're forced to, but it makes the team better.
Absolutely.
And so we get along during season at least, and if we don't, it gets fixed right away.
Yeah.
So
And okay, so it gets fixed right away. What are you doing with that? How do you fix that?
So there's a couple ways. You
Okay.
either talk to the player.
Yeah.
I've talked to people individually before, and we've gotten things worked out.
For sure.
Right.
Right. You will talk to a coach about it, and then they'll talk to them. Right. I would prefer just player to player because as an adult looking down on you, talking to you isn't the best way to get things done. I feel like you should have someone on your level,
Right.
trying to tell you things.
It's kind of funny you say that because this is ultimately why I wanted this platform for all of you young people, because people don't get it. They don't they just think you're a child, a kid. You young people don't know anything. And I'm gonna tell you, when you're 18 years old, you think that you're so much smarter than your parents, and you're probably not. But the reality is I always say this, hey man, if I did something to you to upset you, you need to tell me what it is. One of two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. I apologize. I will make the correction.
Right.
Or I'm gonna say, no, that's a you problem. If I hurt your feelings because you're not performing, or you're not doing what you need to be doing, or you're not holding yourself accountable, and then I hold you accountable, then that's a you problem. And I'm happy to help you work through that, but that's not on me. And so I appreciate the fact that you are mature enough now and understand to take that problem to your teammate or your friend or whatever, and say, hey, man, this is bugging me, and we need to do better. And sometimes they'll tell you something that you have to hold yourself accountable for, and you can't lose with that. If you guys can do that, because the reality is if the other person or yourself can't acknowledge and hold yourself accountable for whatever action took place, right? Because sometimes it's just a bad day, man. I mean, let's just be real. The world is not. It's not always easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just days where it's just you go to math class and the teacher was trying to tell you 1 + 1 was 7, and you're just like, that isn't even math,
Right.
And then the English teacher said that you spell red D-O-G, and you're just like, oh man, what is going on this day? And then you go to soccer practice and somebody does something wrong in a game and whatever, and so don't lose that. Keep that with yourselves. And make that part of your personality for the rest of your life. To approach those problems and try to squash them before they get too big. But I'll also tell you this: if people won't bring the problem to you, it ain't worth solving. Just let them go.
And I feel like almost wanting, like, you should, if you're having beef with someone, you should go to them.
Right.
And you should try and,
Right.
squash it.
Yeah.
A lot of players, you're not going to want to go up to the coaches and be like, yo, I got a problem with this guy.
Right.
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 Like, first thing, if something happens, you're not always be like, oh, we should go tell the coach.
Right.
My first thing is, I'm going to go talk to that person.
Right. Yeah.
It's just, that's the best
I
way
agree.
of solving it.
I agree.
I feel like, and sometimes the coaches shouldn't get involved.
Right.
I almost feel, because
It'll make it a bigger problem.
a bigger
Yeah.
problem than it really
Yeah.
is.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, if you guys can self-govern on your team through your teammates, right? And a lot of that comes with, as I know you both do this, and I appreciate this a lot. Over the years, you set the example every day, right? Like your attitude on the field and off the field set the tone for, hey, I will come talk to you. Let's work this out, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes that's not always the case, and sometimes people misrepresent or misunderstand, I should say, your personality, right? Successful players, they think that you're cocky, and cocky and confidence is two different things. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate that both of you have that attitude and that mentality of, hey, let's work this out, man. Like listen, this whole team and this whole season is so much bigger than just each individual. If you guys do something together, you just can't be stopped. You know what I mean? And if you guys are able to solve those problems and kind of put the fires out before they get too big, the success is simple to find. So I appreciate that a ton. What do you guys feel like so how long have you guys been playing soccer?
So I've been playing since I was 6 years old, or maybe just about 6 years old.
Yeah.
So what is that? 15 years?
Yeah.
Or-
I don't know what that is.
That's not 15
Yeah,
years.
It's not.
13.
12,
No.
11.
11 years.
I feel like we need to get you guys back in math class. It's been a long time. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that one.
I have a
We'll
good
talk to me.
story
15
about
years.
that. So I had some
About
friends,
math class.
No, not about math. About just joining soccer.
Yeah.
I was around 5 or 6. I had some friends that played soccer,
Right.
and I was like, man, soccer seems lame.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
Yep.
if I wanted to play soccer, and they would leave because it was a bunch of us in the neighborhood, and
Right,
they'd all
right.
be on the same team. They
Yeah.
would leave for an evening, and I'm
Yep.
like, well, I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm all alone. After that first practice, I was like, you know what? I need to join.
Yeah. Hey,
So I
Bob.
started joining, and then, I've played every single year since.
Yeah, and
So-
enjoy it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it right away.
Right.
I'll tell you something funny. So we about soccer. We moved here from Texas in a long time ago. Dylan, my oldest, was 2, and Logan, my second oldest, was like 2 months old. And so in Texas, I played football. Soccer was not very big in
Right.
Texas, and so but all my sons played soccer. Like they didn't play football. Keller was actually my youngest was actually the first one to play football, in the youth programs, but he also played soccer. And for years and years and years, we'd go to Texas and they'd be like, "Hey, Mike, your boys playing football? No, we're playing soccer. Playing soccer? What? But
What?
it soccer has turned out to be like one of my most favorite sports.
Yeah.
The problem with soccer is that, one, like most things in the world, people are judgmental versus curious, right? And when they judge that, but it ain't football. Well, it actually is. It's football,
Right.
And so they don't understand the game. If you understand the tactics and the strategy to soccer, man, it's such a high-speed game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's so much fun. And to watch those plays set up and go. And I just think it's funny, like you said, you're kind of like, soccer's lame and I don't go. And then you went and look at you now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so,
You
yeah.
got to be curious, and you got to step into that. It's not necessarily like a comfort zone.
Absolutely.
But you got to be curious, and you
Absolutely.
almost got to be curious
Absolutely.
in life.
Right.
So
Ton-
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a hater of sports.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, and I'll go try
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
feel like people they have that mindset that soccer's lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people, but not everyone. I feel like it is growing, which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
It is definitely
It's
growing.
definitely
I mean,
growing through
yeah.
the United States,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
absolutely. It's probably and I know at one time, a few years ago, it was the fastest growing sport.
Oh
in the
yeah,
United
for
States.
sure.
And I think hockey was the second.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's just it is a great sport. It is so much fun. I enjoy trying to explain it to people, right? And when they're like, "Wait, what's offsides?" Well, it's kind of an interpretation, honestly. Because most of the time the ARs don't have a clue either. But it is so much fun. What do you guys like? What is your greatest moment? I mean, 6 years old. That's a lot of years. And now, did you guys play soccer through the Harrisonville youth program? Yep. And then how long before you guys kind of went to other teams, or did you play on there forever?
I was probably 8 or 9 whenever I switched to like a club up in Kansas City. So I played. I mean, I played rec for a couple years at least. Yeah. So I mean, it's a good place to start, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I played rec. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember probably 9 or 10ish. I joined Chad Getz's team.
Yep. Coach Getz,
I remember Keller was on that team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So I joined Chad Getz's team, and I stayed with him all up until high school.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing in the worst division, losing every game.
Yeah.
But
well, maybe it was the best division, and you were losing every game.
I think we were actually we were club teammates.
Were we really?
You and Addison played together?
Yeah,
we were teammates at one point.
Really?
Whenever we played rec.
Yeah.
It's so long ago, like we don't really know that. Yeah. But like I'm sure of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I played rec all the way up until high school, and then I joined a club team.
Yeah.
So
well, actually,
you good
so
for that.
Chad and Greg Berge. There was a few more, but I know that was our president, vice president for a long time in that board. They started building those teams to where they would go compete with like club teams. I mean, it wasn't a club team price,
yes,
but the glamour of being on a club team, but it was definitely we went and competed with those. And Logan, my second oldest son, now he was on the team in 20. I'd lie to you. It was the first time they went to state in I don't know, umpteen
2017?
years. Yep, 2017
it
was. You're exactly right. And so, and then he went on to Culver Stockton and played 4 years of soccer there, and came from our youth program here in town, and then to our high school program. And he played for Chad forever. And Chad Getz always said he's a defensive back, Mike. And I said he is short and fat. There is no way he's a defensive back. And he played defensive back in college and did a great job. So it was just kind of funny that Chad saw all that stuff, and kind of just said, no, this is him. It's his instinct. He's how he does it. And so lots of success there. Lots of success from our youth program to our high school program. I would have to say, my opinion, based on what I think I know, our soccer program has probably been one of the most successful sports programs in our school in at least the last, since 2016.
Probably about
a decade.
8 or 9 years, probably.
Yeah, I'd say every bit of that. I mean, our football team has success and doesn't, and our baseball team I know got a little better. Actually, our basketball team's won district a few times, boys and girls, over the last few years. But our soccer team's pretty steady with that. So I mean, that says a lot about you guys, coming up and keeping that tradition going. Because like as you guys were freshmen to where you're seniors now, I mean that's something that really helps a lot. What is the craziest thing that you guys have ever had happen on the field?
Okay, so we were playing in a tournament at one point.
In high school.
In high school,
okay, yeah.
In high school.
Which tournament is this?
Probably shouldn't say. But my sophomore year, we were playing in a tournament.
Yeah.
And some guy stuck his finger up my teammate's butt, and my teammate started throwing some punches.
During the game?
During the game. It was like the last 1 or 2 minutes of the game.
We kind of they weren't necessarily like our rivals.
Yeah.
But they're a bigger team that we can like for sure compete with.
Yeah.
So it was always a battle, even if that comes down to like fights. So something always would happen against them.
And we're playing at their place.
Yeah, every time.
And so the refs were usually pretty terrible. Yeah. I mean, pretty god-awful.
There were one year was like it was rough. Just really? The whole game, it felt one-sided. And there was a call at the end that just like, what? Like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of refs don't like us, so a lot of games go that way.
Yeah. Like who? Like your coaches or like you guys? I mean, like.
Kind of both.
Yeah.
Well,
Coleman's not a coach that really complains too much, is he? I mean, I didn't see that.
No. More of our other coaches, Coach Sleem and Coach Wood.
Oh yeah,
Coach
Sleem gets a little. Ryan gets a little cray, sometimes.
I'll be the first to call him out.
They like to yell, so like.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. So. Yeah, I don't know. The parents the parents get a little ridiculous,
Oh,
and I've been
parents
that parent.
are rough. Too.
My oldest son's freshman year, we were in Grain Valley, and this is the point. Like, right, I'm telling you the story not because I'm necessarily proud of it, but I'm telling you that like you have the opportunity to do something bad and then acknowledge it and then make it right, or at least change your ways. And so Dylan was playing. I think he was a wing, and him and this kid were just battling. And I know for a fact, right? I didn't know this at the time, right? I didn't think because like when we were in high school, there was not a lot of trash talking. You didn't talk to the other team.
Really?
And, well, I played football, not soccer, right? So it's a little different, but. Like you line up and we battle. And in soccer, there's a lot more like one-on-one over there. How what'd your mama look like, kind of thing. And I understand that, but I understand that now, but I didn't at the time. Yeah. And so, this kid, I'm watching my son play, and this kid turns around and he literally just takes his hand and just pushes Dylan in his face.
Oh wow!
Boom! I lost my ever-loving mind.
Oh,
and yeah. I'm sure that you guys don't understand this and probably have never witnessed anything like this, but like I'm pretty loud. Right. Like I can get very loud.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Never.
We see that.
Not once.
Yeah. So I am screaming from the stands. Take him out. You don't take that shit. Take him out. Right. I'm screaming. And because I mean like I just like I have that relationship with my boys that like they understand that if I'm yelling at them, like to them. Wrong. Well, no. Like if I'm yelling to them, like then I'm talking to them, right? I'm not like good game. Like if I'm saying something, there's always the cheering, right? That's all good. I do that for everyone. But if I'm like, no, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
Then, and so Coach Bliss, it was a JV game. Coach Bliss was his coach. Love Coach Bliss to death. Coach Bliss pulls Dylan out because literally Coach Bliss and Coach Coleman are looking in the stands like, oh my God, this dude is crazy.
Right.
But man, don't you put your hands on my baby. Right. Don't do it. And so they take Dylan out and I calmed down a little bit because I realized like I was raging at that moment. And so they put Dylan back in. And that kid goes up for a jump ball and Dylan runs right through him.
Oh.
Kid falls, hits his head. They take him off on a stretcher.
Oh, wow.
And I literally drove home to myself thinking, this shit ain't worth it. It is not worth getting that crazy upset about. It's not worth just like stressing out about, getting mad about, right? Parents lose their minds over calls. Well, let me give you a little bit of perspective, right? You guys are on the field. And you see what you see on the field. We're in the stands, elevated with a bird's eye view. And offsides. Hey, he wasn't offside, or he was offsides. Guys, the angle that we have is not the same angle the AR has, right? And sometimes they're human. They don't get in position. But I just remember at that point in my life, luckily enough that it was my first son and is starting out in high school, that I just realized that these high school sports are just like, there is more for you guys to learn than wins and losses, right? There's so much more for you to obtain and apply to your life later on that you won't know until you get there. But it's just that moment, And like I said, it's not a moment that I'm necessarily proud of. Don't put your hands on my babies,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not afraid to put my hands on you if you do. But at the same time, you have to learn to do that, and that's something that I personally am proud of myself for getting better at. I'm not saying perfect because there's still days whenever people do some stupid stuff, and I'll yell at Keller and be like, "You only got one foul left." In basketball, they try to get a little physical, and he's a physical kid.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. It's like you want to battle, let's battle. But you want to be stupid and try to do dumb stuff like stick your finger. That's weird. That's
really
weird, man.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like who does that? It's weird. But at least on a soccer field, it's weird. But you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I mean, it's weird everywhere. But I'm just saying, like it's really weird on a soccer field.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just stuff that I'm not proud of. And talk to me, guys, about the fans and the parents. I know we touched a little bit on like the coaches getting a little cray-cray sometimes, and honestly, that I feel like that's okay to a certain degree. I feel like they should always let the officials know when they disagree. But like, hey, I disagree. Are we clear? Yes. Okay, we're clear. Okay, I'm going to shut up now.
Right.
And then because sometimes the officials are human, and it just comes down to he's like they'll like an AR, and he'll be like, I did miss that. You know what I mean? Like, I did miss it. I'm not going to let the coach know I know, but I did miss it, and I'll do better now.
Right.
But it's like talk to me about the fans. What kind of impact or what kind of positive or negative impact do they have?
Well, I feel like, I mean, fans, they can bring you up. They bring our spirits up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes if we're playing in a game and we don't got anybody there, it's like, well, shoot.
What am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
But then sometimes parents, especially parents, they need to learn when to pipe down, you know?
Shut up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yes.
Sometimes something happen. Let's say it's their kid, you know?
Yeah.
They're going to say something about it, but
Yeah.
sometimes they go the extra mark and, you know, refs are human. Like you've been saying. We're all human. We all make mistakes.
They take
It's
it
gonna
so
happen.
personal. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like they're not the ones playing in that game, so they shouldn't be stepping into that and making that a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that. And listen, I am. I told you, like I've had those moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had those moments, but I feel like the thing that we forget as parents, and I say this only because I've had 5 and I've went through a lot of games, soccer, basketball,
for sure.
baseball, you know, and so just like I tell my boys all the time, and you guys should take this with you. People in the world are going to show you how you want to act and how you don't want to act.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to comment on it. Like you don't have to be like, God, I really want to be like you, or I do not want to be like you. Right? You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But you're just going to go. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
That
Sure.
those actions are actions I want people to see me doing, right? Or actions I don't want people to see me doing. And I think that's something that we lose track of as parents is just that, like, let's put you guys in those obstacles or in those situations where you have to overcome those situations where, you know, there's a bad call. I mean, it's like you're trying to go to work, right? And it's raining, or you need to go to work and finish something and it snows, and you know, and it's honestly the same thing as a bad call. You know, oh, we should have had that offsides. Well, you didn't, but you didn't get a goal scored on you. So let's reset and not dwell on it, and let's move forward again, right? And so, like, is there any specific times? Don't name names or anything like that, but that you're just like, man, parents were out of control, and what happened on the field that made parents just lose their ever living mind?
Yeah. So I'll say this: I wasn't at a boys' soccer game. I was at a girls' soccer game, and the parents or the other team's parents got quite rowdy.
Yeah. Rowdy.
One of the other girls pushed our girl.
Oh.
And then our girl pushed back. It was like a little. There wasn't even
tussle.
like a fight or anything.
Right.
It was just pushing.
Yeah.
And then their parents got up, started yelling. So our parents got up, started yelling. And so like there was like this big old fight going on between parents. There had to be like a what's it called, administrator there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
An admin.
An admin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever wish that they would just be like, time out, you and you in the center, and just like, let's get it on, you know? Like,
I wish.
Going? Yeah.
I wish.
Let
Some
you
of
guys
the
circle
dads,
around.
I remember one of the dads, he was like, hey, pipe down over there.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
Like
Your own dads or like the dads on the other side?
Just dad.
both.
Yeah.
Both
Wow.
sides.
Yeah.
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 I didn't know any of them,
Yeah.
but it was kind of funny just watching them fight.
Do something about it.
And-
Well, don't you make me get up, boy, and come over here. I'll break my hip.
Pretty
Get over
much.
it. Yeah.
And I'll say, me and Trenton Shrout, we were sitting in the away section,
Yeah.
and it was their senior night, and so it was.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the most fun games I've ever been to.
Yep.
Seeing the parents fight, but as a player, if my parent is yelling at another parent, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You need to grow
Oh, for
up.
sure.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah. I can appreciate
Like
that.
realistically, I don't know. Now I'm not a parent, obviously. I don't know what the parents like. Are they trying to protect their kid or whatever by yelling at the parent or yelling at the ref, or what is a parent's mindset whenever they see that happening, and why do they get angry like that?
Yeah, great question. I actually feel like I could probably help you with that.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you right now that typically, I would say most every parent in the world, like, you guys have no idea how much we love you.
Yeah,
Right.
They're gonna be protective of us.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's funny. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't get it. Like, and we don't want to see anything bad happen to you ever. Like, we don't ever want to see anything ever happen to you that is not a positive, thing. But the reality is we have to have those moments where you guys learn from your own. It's like, hey, don't stick your finger in the light socket. Oh, that's what I told you, Timmy. Don't do it. He thought he was Timmy Tough Knuckles, and he was not.
Yeah.
So that is ultimately it. That is 100% it, right? That's why you can't. That's why you can't be too mad at parents for ridiculousness, because whenever that stuff happens, it typically is it's just, man, you're our babies. We love you to death. I mean, we want to see you succeed. We don't want it to be hard. We don't want you to go through the same things we did. We don't want you to make the same mistakes. We want you to have better opportunities and do better things. And we lose our shit. Here's what to watch for, right? I just said people will show you how you want to act and how you don't want to act. If a parent is mad, like you were saying that those girls were pushing each other, right? Well, here's the first thing. Here's the first thing parents need to learn. Parents, listen to me closely. When those two kids start fighting with each other, the first thing that you need to understand is that somebody was talking some trash before. They didn't just walk down the field together and then decide, hey, I'm going to push her. Somebody's talking trash, and that is what it is. But here's the problem with that. You're going to be mad. You're going to start wanting to protect your child, and that's fine, right? Like try to keep it, hey, or something like
minimal.
Right. Minimal. But whenever you have a parent that is literally commenting negatively on every aspect of the game continuously, like, those are the idiots. Those are the ones that were just like, hey, yeah, here's your $5 back. Why don't you just go wait in the car? Like, you're so stupid. Like, why are you doing this, right? Yeah. Like they have their life bet on it, right? Like you're going to lose your scholarship if you don't win the game, And it's like, no, that's not it. I mean, high school sports is not about going on and being a pro. If you are going to be a pro player and you're in high school, we already know, right? We already have a really good idea, and that's typically not it. But you have so much to learn and so many opportunities to go through situations that help you be better prepared. And so I think my answer to your question is this. When you're on the field and you see parents acting like an absolute ridiculous crazy person, ask yourself this. Is that mom or dad protecting their baby? Right? Is it hey, don't you touch my son. Don't you touch my daughter.
Yeah.
Or is it like, they're offsides every time, official, what's your problem? Hey, Ari, pull your head out of your butt. And you're just like, that's an idiot versus a crazy mom or dad that love their children. So
you can definitely tell.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, for sure. I think that. Later on, y'all see me out and about after you go through a couple games this season, and you'll be like, hey, Mike, yep. So-and-so's mom loves him a lot. You know what I mean? Or, hey, so-and-so's dad's an absolute idiot. I'm not sure.
Right.
He's dumb. I'm not even sure he's ever watched a soccer game before.
Yeah. Right.
But I do think that's it. And as a town, the other like third leg to that wheel is that as a town, like, we want to see you guys be successful. Man, we like not just individually, like we want to see our teams win. Like, there is nothing cooler than watching young men or young ladies come together and do great things and have success. I mean, it just helps everything. If you've ever paid attention to, like, the Chiefs or the Royals winning the Super Bowl or whatever, man, the whole world is different. You drive to work on Monday through Kansas City and people are like, oh no, come on over, buddy, come on over, versus if they're losing, they're like, get out of my way, it's my lane, and so it's just that mentality. But yeah, moms and dads love the hell out of you. I mean, that's just it. Yeah,
makes sense.
That's just it. Hey, over here at Mom the Mic with Michael, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. How about 2-3 Construction Services, LLC? Ethan Young, great guy, local guy, does fantastic work. Absolutely fantastic work. I mean, he's one of those guys, he does the work and you go, would you look at that? It is fantastic. Concrete patios, everybody needs a patio to party on, right? It's Saturday night. Let's break out some cold drinks and let's have a little party. Ethan Young is your man for the patio. You need some sidewalks? Somebody needs to get to stepping? Huh? Everybody knows somebody needs to get to stepping, if you know what I mean. You let Ethan Young come put your sidewalks in, they'll be stepping in style. I'll tell you that right now. Driveways, no problem. Ethan Young take care of them driveways for you. You need some let's talk about this. Steel building foundations. Now listen, everybody has that moment where the wife's trying to move in the in-laws, right? All Or maybe the wife, maybe your husband's trying to move in the in-laws. Maybe move that mother-in-law in that you just don't want to have living under your roof. Let Ethan Young come in with 2-3 Construction and let him put in a steel building foundation to build a new steel building. And then your in-law will be an outlaw. Yeah, how about that? Outlaws. Out of your house laws. You know what I'm saying? That's the best kind of in-laws is the ones that are outlaws out of your house. Skid steer work? Let me tell you right now. Ethan Young can handle a skid steer better than you can handle the skid marks inside of your britches. I'll tell you right now, you want it level, you want a berm, he is the man to take care of that stuff right now. Grading, building pads, you name it. My friends over at 2-3 Construction, Ethan Young, give him a call. 816-533-2119. Appreciate you guys.
Yo, dude, this podcast is brought to you by Totally Haircuts. Dude, you know Route 291? Yeah, they're right there. Next to the Walmart and where the old GameStop used to be. Right next to T-Mobile. And bro, it's crazy. They'll snip you, they'll clip you, they'll fade you, they'll feather you. And you know what else they'll do, bro? They'll mohawk you, they'll faux hawk you. They'll make you look like a chicken, bok bok bagok. They'll take it from looking like this to looking and feeling like this, bro. And if you don't like that, if that's not your style, bro, I'll tell you what, bro. I'll tell you what, dude. You can go from looking like this.
Not like this.
To this, bro. Bro, look at that. And you definitely won't leave looking like this. Or this. Or this. Check out Totally Haircuts on Route 291, bro. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7. And then, bro, on Saturday, 9 to 5. Peace, dude.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for being on today. I know you're busy, and I appreciate you taking the time to come over here. I think the last thing that I need to know is when is your first home game? Or when's your first home game?
Our first home game is September 2nd, but our jamboree is also home and is August 22nd.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And that is at Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
Right.
And then where can we find that schedule? I think maybe we might try to get that schedule.
Go on to Misha, or honestly just go into like Google and look up Harrisonville High School boys soccer schedule.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It'll show you everything. Yep. It'll show you varsity and JV.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll find it. We'll get it up there for you.
For sure.
My last thing for you guys is this, and this is kind of an individual thing. I want to know what your vision of success is. I want to know what your vision of success, of what being successful is, and how do you feel like what do you feel like is the most important step in the process to obtain success? Talk to me.
Yeah. So, obviously, a lot of people define success as like a long-term goal that is being achieved. For example, I want to go to state, and if I achieve that, maybe that is success. Mm-hmm. However, that's just not always the case, right? Not everyone can go to state.
Right.
In my opinion, success would be trying as hard as you can to get to where you eventually end up. So, for example, my sophomore year, we made it past districts into the semifinal round.
Right.
However, we lost, and that is a game we shouldn't have lost. They were a good team, but we shouldn't have lost, and so I wouldn't say we were successful. But if we were to play them as hard as we could, and we still lost, we played the best we could, then I would define that as success still.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I get that.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say like that year. That was probably one of our best years. That was a great year. I wouldn't define that game as our success. Like we knew we could have been better. But honestly, me defining it myself as successful, honestly, I wouldn't even say it's necessarily about myself.
Right.
Especially as a team, you're not a lone man. Like, you don't play alone out there. You could be the greatest player to ever live. You need people around you.
Right.
And you're not defined by your own success. I honestly think you're defined by your team's success. And not even just your team. We're a family, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta be a good family to succeed in sports, honestly.
Together. You gotta be together. Right. So let me tell you this. The same exact thing you said applies to the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. You have to surround yourself with people that want to be successful and that want to help you and want you to be successful. And if you find yourself in a situation where you have one or two people in your circle or your group that are dragging you down, you have to go, as we talked about earlier, and you have to talk to them.
Yeah.
And the reality is that if they don't want to get right, then you got to separate yourself from them. And that doesn't mean you hate them or you don't love them. It just means that you can't be successful with dragging them along. And so you have to make that choice. And sometimes those are really hard choices in life.
Oh, for sure.
But I appreciate you both. Can't wait to get out there and see
For
you.
sure. Yep.
We're really excited.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I know you're going to do great. You have a great coaching staff. You have a great team. We're going to try to get the coaches on here later on and let them talk about it a little bit. And good luck this season. I will see you soon, and I look forward to having him back on.
Great.
Thank you so much.
All right,
See
thank
you
you,
guys.
man.
Yeah, have a good day.
See you next time on the Mic with Mike.